Hey guys, what's up? You got your captains here. Robin is three-piece suit. Me just getting out of a sweaty pizzeria job. So we're here to give you your week 4 sit starts. Let's start with a few questions. A few people asked us some questions.
Yeah, little questions.
Yeah, little questions. Yeah. So this person said Brat or Ebron this week. No, they didn't say anything about PPR or standard. But what do you like?
I mean, Ebron's in a good matchup for a high-scoring game as long as he's out there and he's healthy. I know he's been a little banged up this week, but I mean, yes.
Or is it Brate?
Yeah, it's Cameron Brate, the new tight end. After Safarian drunk driving Jenkins got cut. So, I mean, he's good. He's a good pickup, but, I mean, I would trust Ebron in that situation.
Yeah, I would lean Ebron a little more, too. But you might want to stash Brate because he could be good. He had a good week.
Oh, he's a great pickup. Yeah, no, it's a good stash.
Waiver wire, maybe pick him up. Okay, a 0.5 PPR. Crowder, Shepard, or Enunwa. He needs one, or they need one.
Ooh, that's actually a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's a real tough one.
And the reason I'm not leaning Shepard is because we're playing him.
I was going to say Shepard's the best player, but he's against the best defense, and
Crowder's getting a lot of targets.
Crowder's against the Browns. I might lean Crowder here. I wouldn't trust a new one yet. I mean, I know there's some injuries there in the Jets.
Especially with Fitz last week.
Fitz INT.
Yeah.
I think I might lean Crowder here, to be honest with you, as far as matchup is concerned against the Browns. I mean, Shepard's been on fire and a must start every week, but man, that's a tough one. Monday night at the sweats, and you got to wait on Shepard against that defense.
Yeah,
I think I'd roll Crowder out against the Browns.
I would agree with you that Browns defense is crap. Hayden might not even play. I would go Crowder too. Mm-hmm. Okay, they have Josh Gordon and Sammy Watkins. Which one should they drop in a standard league?
Well, now Sammy Watkins is IR, not back to week 12. I'm dropping Sammy Watkins.
But when is Gordon going to come back?
Oh, that's a great point. Josh Gordon might never come back.
Yeah, and the
drop both.
Yeah, exactly. But you could drop both. Is Gordon going to even play ever again in the NFL? Right?
That's a great point. I mean, honestly,
I would probably keep Sammy. Hopefully,
if you
make
have the bench space. But I mean, honestly, they're both droppable at this point.
Yeah, unless you got a solid team that you could have Sammy for the playoffs.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if Ego's going to hang on to anybody, it would be Watkins at this point. But they're. Yeah.
We'll do one more question. 10-team, 1 point PPR, need one. Either Christine Michael or Ivory. My other running backs is McCoy, who's already in for sure. Thanks.
Yeah, Michael, I know he's got a bad matchup against the Jets, but Ivory, and I think is either injured or potentially not starting this week. So I think I would go with the healthy Michael, who's got the backfield to himself. I know it's not a great matchup against the Jets, but he was upgraded to full practice on Thursday, Ivory, but, he's touchdown dependent. He's in London. I know it's a good matchup, but
they're in London. 9:30
against the Colts, but man, they haven't run the ball at all this year, the Jags. I'm going to go Christian Michael.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, let's get into it.
First game. Let's go to the 9:30 game.
9:30 game. Indianapolis and Jags.
It's the second highest over-under of the week.
I think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
Expecting a shootout there.
Yeah.
So, let's go. Is there anybody you're avoiding in that game? Because, you're pretty much starting every skill player on both teams in this game.
I still don't like Yeldon. But
no, except for the back. Right. We just talked about Ivory. So, yeah, good point.
Yeah, I don't like Yeldon. Everyone else, What about the Indianapolis tight ends? Doyle and Allen.
Yeah, I mean,
Doyle's been the guy.
I would go with Doyle over Allen, but yeah, that's
Allen's
a tough
just been
situation.
more of a blocker, right?
Yeah, that's a tough situation. I mean, with Moncrief out, the targets are up for those guys. I mean, Dorsett didn't show up. I mean, he had a tough matchup last week, so he might be one to show up this week. But Ty should have a monster game. Luck should have a monster game.
Agree. I'm on Jacksonville. Allen Robinson. What about Hearns? He hasn't done anything.
I know, but he's getting the targets. He had 10 targets 2 weeks ago, 8 last week, and this is the matchup where he could break out.
And Thomas healthy, ready to go?
If Thomas plays, Thomas is another good matchup. Yeah, like I said, skill players on the Jags, besides maybe that backfield. I think Bortles is a good start and a good DFS.
I hope. I drafted him thinking he was going to have a good season. He's been slow to start.
Yeah, I thought that offense would be a little more high potent, but this is the matchup. If they can't get it done this week, start worrying about the Jags offense.
Agreed. Next game,
Bills and the Patriots. So the Bills coming off their big upset last week of the Cardinals, but now, like we talked about, without Sammy Watkins against the Patriots, who can win with you a quarterback, apparently. So
this ruins Brady's credibility.
Besides McCoy, is there anybody else on the Bills that you're even thinking about? Marquise Goodwin?
They got to throw it to someone, right? Who are they going to throw it with?
Marquise
Woods?
Goodwin and Woods.
Robert Woods?
Maybe
McCoy,
Charles Clay.
I love McCoy, right? Charles Clay is a good
but
one.
they promise they're going to stack the box. Patriots defense is legit.
Yeah, what about T-Rod? You're going to run it all over?
He's going to throw to.
That's a tough one. Yeah, McCoy for sure. On New England side, you got to start Blunt until Brady comes back for sure. Wide receiver wise, you will start Edelman, but he hasn't done much. He'll pick back up when Brady comes back. But.
Yeah, he's the only one I would confidently start. And if Gronk plays,
is Edelman the quarterback.
They said Garoppolo coming back, which is good.
That'll be good for Hogan, actually.
It would be. It's tough because they spread the ball around so much. But I think if Gronk plays, you're kind of forced to start him, depending who your backup tight end. Unless you picked up like someone like Pitt off waivers, most likely if you have Gronk, your backup tight end's not good, so you're probably playing Gronk.
Yeah, you got to play Gronk. I agree with that.
All right, let's move on to the J.J. Wattless Texans now against the no offense Tennessee Titans.
Let's talk about that defense. Like, I drafted Houston's defense. You think that defense is still going to be legit?
They're going to be okay. I think, they'll be okay. I mean, J.J. Watt was a hard soul, that defense. But
yeah, you got Clowney. You got some guys that they got to step it up, right?
Yeah, against the Titans. They have a running game. DeMarco Murray, he's a must start every week at this point still. Yeah. And Henry's getting his touches, so flex spot here might be okay. I'd probably avoid it, but, potential, especially DFS if you wanted to go something in GPP. Besides that, Delaney Walker's back. He's startable because
I wouldn't touch Sharp or Matthews or any of those bums. And anything this season so far. I was high on. We were both high on Sharp, but you traded him off, which is good. On the Texans side, you got to start your Hopkins, Miller, and Fuller, right?
Fuller
had a bad week last week, but
Titans
defense is crap.
He's probably a good flex play depending on what you got there. But Hopkins and Miller are must starts, and that's pretty much it there.
Else? Yeah, that's it. Osweiler, if you need a quarterback, maybe he's got a good matchup.
So next is a good divisional game with two pretty bad defenses here. So we get the Lions versus the Bears.
Bears scare me, right? Who's going to be the quarterback? Is Cutler back?
Yeah, even with that, Alshon Jeffrey. If he plays, again, he's banged up. If he plays, he's an amazing matchup. You got to play him. Yeah. And I think Howard has a great matchup this week, and no one else in the backfield. So
and White gets a ton of targets.
White gets a ton of targets.
He's just not catching the ball.
Yeah, he's tough because you're right. The targets are there for him, but he's not catching the ball.
And Miller, I like every week too. He's
a good streaming tight end,
yeah. He's going to get you 10 points every week, which I like about him. On the other side, the Lions, you got to start.
Stafford's been on fire.
Is Marvin Jones? He's banged up, no?
He is. Word is he's playing, and the coach actually talked about getting Golden Tate more targets this week too.
Jesus,
he's been useless, but coach talked it up. I don't trust it yet.
People are offering me Tate, and I'm like, he hasn't done anything. You know, maybe it's a good buy low. But I need to see something before I do that.
Yeah, like I said, coach could talk all he wants, but doesn't mean it's going to happen.
And what about the
backfield?
Theo Riddick?
Yeah, Washington is stepping up. I kind of like Washington a little bit.
In PPR, Riddick.
Yeah, PPR, Riddick's still good. Washington, though, is starting to take that everyday back roll.
Nice.
So, all right, this should be one, the no defense Atlanta Falcons against the Panthers. The Panthers.
They're pissed.
You want Cam and Kelvin Benjamin a bounce back week? This is the week.
And Olsen will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the week. Yeah, I agree. Is Stewart's not back this week?
No, Cameron Artis-Payne is a decent flyer there. I mean they don't run the ball a ton, and Fozzie gets a lot of the pass catching, but Artis-Payne's a sneaky DFS play where his price is too.
Yep, and who else is there? You're not starting Ginn or anything like that. If you need Ginn, you could play him this week. Their defense does
If you want to take a home run flyer, the Falcons' defense is bad.
And what about that Falcons offense?
Well, that's the thing is you got against the Panthers
monster,
D, it's tough because Coleman got 3 touchdowns last week, but he really didn't get a ton of yardage, and then Freeman looked good, in the first 3 downs, but then he got the touchdown, the one pass, but it's tough. Those guys are going to frustrate owners all season.
Yeah, I agree, and you got to start Julio.
Yep.
What about like a Sanu?
I've been down on Sanu. Sanu is Sanu all the time. That's That's what he's always
gets
been.
20
He's always
points and then
been.
2.
Oh, we got to pick him up the waivers. Oh, and then shit. Then he goes back on waivers. Oh, Sanu's back on waivers.
Yeah.
It's like it's his career. He's very frustrating fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. Here's
Actually, Tammy might be a good play.
Yeah, Tammy's not a bad play. The Carolina
He's been
defense
consistent.
is not great against the tight end. Here's a game that could be 3-0. The Seahawks versus the Jets.
Let's see if Fitz can throw another 6 interceptions. I mean, you got to. I can't bench Matt Forte, right?
No.
You can't bench
He's
Brennan Marshall. I know Decker might be out, right?
Yeah, Decker's hurt. That's why we're talking about Nua, but it's a tough matchup.
Marshall, is he hurt? He's hurt too, right?
He's hurting, but he's probably going to play.
And on the Seattle side, Lockett's been crap.
Mm-hmm.
Baldwin's hurt. Russell Wilson's
if Baldwin
hurt.
plays, no, Russell Wilson's definitely playing.
No, he'll play, but he's still banged up.
Right, and if Baldwin plays, because that Jets Steven AJ Green toasted him.
They did.
Baldwin, if he plays, I think is a good play. And if Jimmy Graham plays, he's also banged up too. Also could be a good play this week. And Christian Michael and the Jets defense have a good run defense, but I mean, with the way running backs are right now in the league, you're probably looking at him in the running back 2 or a flex because it's tough to find a decent running back.
Yeah, it's hard
in fantasy right now.
Pickens now.
Yep. Here's another high-scoring game: Raiders-Ravens.
Yeah, I don't really trust that Raiders backfield.
Nope, can't. Latavius Murray gets 10 carries a game, and Washington and Jalen Richards get the other.
Besides that, you got Amari Cooper and Crabtree.
Cooper's got a big bounce back week.
I hope so. And Warford, if you need a tight end, I mean, he's a tight end 3, right? He'll get you 10 points, 8 to 10 points. But
if you need a tight end, go to the other side of the field.
If Pitta's
Raiders
there, I just picked up Pitta off of waivers in the dynasty.
Nah, I'm actually in a quandary because I got Pitta and Fleener, and Fleener's coming off a huge game and a great matchup too this week, and I'm between who to start. If the Saints were at home, I'd probably go Fleener, but I think I'm gonna roll Pitta here just because of targets. I got
Olsen and Pitta, and I have like Jordy and a bunch of people on them. I put Pitta in my flex.
It's not a bad move.
So
no,
I just didn't have anyone else that I felt comfortable that could get me 10.
I agree. I'd avoid the Ravens' backfield.
Oh, yeah. Until Dixon. Dixon, pick him up off of waivers.
If he's out there, grab him. He's going to start.
Him this week because next week he's going to start playing.
Yep, that's what I said about Howard last week. Hope you guys listened.
I picked up Dixon. But in 2 or 3 weeks, he's going to be the lead back for
Agreed.
Sure. But for now, stay away. Mike Wallace could do some damage this week.
Wallace has been
and
decent.
Smith, everyone else.
Don't sleep on Steve Smith. Don't sleep on Steve Smith this matchup. I agree.
But I don't like Aiken or any of those other guys.
Aiken's a bum.
I dropped him for week 1.
Yeah, he's a bum.
Bad draft.
All right, your Cleveland Browns. How will they find a way to lose this week? But this is the week they should win because the Redskins are coming off a big upset win against the Giants.
Yeah.
This is the type of game they blow.
Yeah.
But,
they should be 2-1, the Browns. They screwed up
I
2
agree.
weeks in a row. The Browns, besides, I like Crowell and Duke, right? They'll get you okay points, but Pryor's the only other guy on offense, right?
Agreed.
On the other side of the ball,
I start Kirk Cousins this week.
I'd start is Deshaun Jackson.
Crowder
is
a good play.
He gets a lot of targets.
And Reed, of course, at tight end there.
What about Garcon? He's getting targets too. He's getting 8 targets.
I know, but he's not
the
putting
Browns
a fantasy
suck,
point.
Though.
I know if any matchup he has some sort of breakout potential is this one, but I mean Cousins seems to be feeding the ball to Crowder and Deshaun, and who knows about Doxson if he's going to come back and play. I mean that guy's he's a headache.
I can see this actually being a high scoring game.
Yeah, I do too.
The defenses aren't that great, but
yep. All right, the Broncos and the Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers' run defense is pretty legit, but I think C.J. Anderson, you got to play him, right?
Yep,
you got to play him. You got to play Sanders. You got to play Demaryius Thomas. On the other side of the ball,
what do you think about Trevor Siemian coming off a 4 TD game?
I don't think he's going to do it again this whole season, personally. But he looks good. He wants to look for his receivers, and this is what you wanted to see, right?
Yep.
And if he does it again this week, then, I know you picked up Wentz and dropped Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be one of those situations where you're like, okay, this guy's the real deal.
Yeah,
right?
Siemian's getting snagged off some waivers
He's just
right
getting
now.
more experience and getting more comfortable, and if he does it again, might pick him up and drop Broyles.
I mean, to your point, everybody thought they were just going to run the ball. He's going to manage the game, and the receivers were going to get hurt. But to your point, he's actually throwing the ball, so that lifts up the Sanders and Demaryius. You could trust him a little more now.
Yeah, exactly. On the Buck side, Sims, you could play Sims.
Yeah,
they got a hard matchup, right? No one's going to score a lot of points on Denver.
Right, but Hill was able to run the ball well in Denver, so that run defense is not as great as everybody thinks. So, and Sims gets the passes, so I think Sims is still very startable.
I'm worried about Mike Evans this week, to be honest with you, personally. And other than that, Brate.
Yeah, like I said, he's a good streaming tight end, but it's a bad matchup.
Actually, you got Humphreys.
Yeah, Humphreys is a good pickup. He's definitely moved to number 2. Vincent Jackson's kind of done.
You could drop him.
I mean, Jameis Winston, he's tough to trust, and this is a tough matchup, so I'd look elsewhere at quarterback. But
I would too.
He's potentially, a good contrarian GPP play there.
Yep, I hear you.
All right, here we go. This could be a defensive battle, but I don't know. After last week, who knows? Rams-Cardinals.
Rams-Cardinals, on the Rams, anyone besides Gurley. You got to play Gurley. I know.
Yeah. I mean, Tavon Austin, I can't believe they paid him money.
I can't believe they paid him that much.
Yeah, you're right. There's no one to trust in that Rams
I'm just trying
offense.
to think. Well, no one, right?
No.
Gurley, and you got to play. Gurley hasn't done much. He got 2 touchdowns last week. He hasn't done much anyways.
No, I
but
agree.
you can't bench a guy like that.
No,
right?
I mean, LaShawn McCoy went off
yards, right?
on their defense. I mean, they were West Coast Chiefs traveling east last week, so
yeah,
it's one of those matches. Now they're at home. So
the Cardinals side, obviously you're starting David Johnson.
I know you're not. I'm not high on Palmer. I'd look elsewhere until he starts proving himself. But you go with Fitz
Floyd.
You don't touch Brown. The other Brown is actually starting to steal.
One of them might be hurt, right? Isn't Floyd hurt?
Yeah, but either way, but the Brown, they're the other Brown. What's his name? Jaylen Brown is
racist bastard. What do you got? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
What can Brown do for you?
Yeah,
Frank?
what can Brown do for you?
So
I'm a Browns fan. So.
All right, let's move on to the Dallas Cowboys. Great matchup here against the Niners, but no Dez.
No Dez.
So you upgrade Beasley.
I would upgrade, and that's my decision. Do I start Duke Johnson over Beasley?
And a PPR, I think I would start Beasley. I think look at the way Dak's been looking for Beasley.
Dak's been looking for him to dump off.
And his safety net is Beasley and Witten. And in this game, without Dez, I think he's going to be dumping. And I think it's going to be a lot of Ezekiel Elliott this game, too.
A lot of Zeke Elliott. I think he's going to catch a lot of more balls. You're right. On the 49ers side, Hyde.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Curly.
He's been very startable.
Who else you doing, McDonald?
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, the Dallas run defense is bad, so Hyde's got a good matchup.
Any receivers? No, I can't even think of them. I'm starting Torrey Smith. He's garbage.
I was gonna say if this is the week that Torrey Smith, if you want to take a flyer in DFS, one of your lineups, he's got the matchup for it. But yeah,
it's a high risk.
Gabbert doesn't really throw the ball on the field. Right? Yeah, that's the problem. All right, now here comes the shootout game of the week: the Saints and the Chargers.
Yep. Start all you guys. Melvin Gordon.
Gotta watch what we see. Yeah, Gordon, because they can run the ball. The Saints' run defense is bad. So yeah, Gordon's there.
Travis Benjamin dropping it off to him.
Yep. You could also start Williams.
For sure.
Hunter Henry maybe is a flyer.
Yep.
A tight end.
He's out still. Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
And then you got to watch Willie Snead. Would be a fantastic matchup, but he's still been limited in practice, and he's going to go game time decision there. So have a backup plan for Snead, just like you had to do last week.
Yeah, like Ingram.
Love Ingram. Gotta love Breeze. Obviously, I mean you're starting Breeze regardless. What about like a Coleman or Thomas as wide receiver, especially if Snead's out? And Fleener, of course.
Cooks.
Of course, Cooks.
If anyone out of those two, I would say Thomas because he's a big target. He's been getting looks too. Breeze likes to spread the ball,
especially with Snead out.
Yeah,
especially with
Snead out.
And then upgrades Fleener too for targets.
Yeah, I think Cook bounces back this week.
Yeah, it's a good Cook.
He got a lot of targets last week. He just didn't.
That should have been Cooks and Julio scoring 80 points each, and they were the two that
I got lucky last week.
You did. You dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
So, all right, I think we nailed that one. All right, here we go. The Chiefs versus Steelers.
See, and the Chiefs backfield scares me this week because Charles is coming back.
I heard he wasn't coming back.
I heard he was.
I think you still ride Ware. I think Charles is still a week away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if Charles plays, just be careful because
he's going to steal some Ware snaps, but they'll keep him on a snap count.
Yeah. And then you just got to play Macklin every week, right?
Good matchup.
He's up in. I mean, he's been consistent, 10, 15 points a week. Last week he had an off week, but
Kelsey.
Yeah,
And
Kelsey.
Kelsey's good start.
Exactly. Other than that, I'm not touching anyone on Kansas City.
He's starting to with Antonio Brown and obviously Lev Bell coming back.
There's Bell. He's back, baby.
Do they ease him in and give D'Angelo, because he's been doing so well, some carries? I mean, you start him.
I think it's going to be a 60-40 split, if anything.
That makes sense.
So, but I could be wrong, because last year they just put Bell in and
and
Williams didn't do anything.
Afterthought.
So I definitely wouldn't start Williams this week. I'm nervous.
I agree
about
with that. 100%.
But Le'Veon, you got to start and see what he does, right? You drafted him in the third round or second round, whenever you got him.
Potentially first round.
Yeah. That's true.
So, that's a good point. And besides Antonio Brown, is there any wide receivers there? I don't trust them.
I actually like Jesse James.
Rodgers, Coates.
Ben likes Jesse James.
If I was going to go to second target, it would be Jesse James, because the other three are kind of there.
They're there, exactly. But he likes that tight end. He's
always
Miller.
been a tight guy. Yep.
He's Heath Miller.
Agreed.
And I picked him up. I'm happy I did.
And the last game of the week, the Monday night game, Giants versus the Vikings. Now, here's a game where the Giants come back and play up to an opponent off a bad loss. But his opponent's got one of the sickest defenses I've seen.
No one
expected
in a while. this year.
No, I mean
you picked them up. But.
Yeah, they were ranked. I mean, I had them ranked in the top 3 defenses going into the draft, but I would still never thought this.
Yeah, you didn't think they were going to be the Broncos defense
putting up
last year.
30 points a week. It's amazing. But
Eli has so many weapons. I think they're going to move the ball.
Yeah.
You're not benching Odell. You're not, someone like Shepard you could probably get away with if you got a better option, but you got to play those guys. I wouldn't touch the run game of
you got to see who
you don't even know who. Yeah,
it could be Darkwar. Jennings could come back. You got Perkins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I wouldn't touch the backfield, but you got to start Cruz. Again, he's like Shepard. If you have someone else, you play him.
Yeah. The only must start is Beckham right now.
Yeah, and on the Minnesota side, the only must start for me is Diggs. Maybe Rudolph, but Diggs is the only must start.
It must start, because that Giants secondary is beatable. They've been good against the run, but Matt Jones moved the ball. So if you got McKinnon, he's he might be a flex play this week.
I would play McKinnon.
And Kyle Rudolph has been pretty decent the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's what I said. Diggs is the must start. If you have Rudolph, you got to play Rudolph, right? Because he's your tight end, and it's a good matchup for him. So.
Yeah, and I think we got it covered it all.
That's it. Yeah, fantasycaptains.com. The new banner hanging bright. We're looking real professional next week. I think Rob's going to put on a tie for you guys.
We got to go out and earn real money.
Some people got to
real
work.
Money.
Yeah, exactly. We got families to feed. But ask us questions. Log on to Twitter.
Twitter. You're inventing something sweet.
Go to fitter.com. It's fantasy football Twitter.
Dude, someone's going to steal that now.
I just trademarked that. Ask us questions. We're here Sunday to help you. So, yeah.
Cool. Good luck.
Thanks, everyone.
Go get them.